Meghan awarded £1.5 million in legal costs and front-page apology in court case. The Duchess of Sussex won a bid to avoid a trial for her privacy claim. The Duchess of Sussex has been granted an interim for £150,000 as payment towards her £1.5 million legal costs in her privacy case against the Mail on Sunday and Mail Online. Tuesday's remote hearing followed Meghan's comprehensive win against Associated Newspapers Limited, ANL, publishers of the Mail on Sunday and Mail on Sunday, whom she sued over 5 articles published in February 2019, which reproduced parts of a heartfelt handwritten letter sent to her estranged father Thomas Markle. The Duchess is also seeking a front-page apology and a High Court order that the newspaper hand over any copies of the letter, and to destroy any electronic copies of it or any notes made about it. Meghan's legal team had asked for ANL to pay £750,000 within 2 weeks, as an interim payment on account of the Duchess' legal costs in bringing the claim. At Tuesday's hearing, Lord Justice Warby also dismissed an application by ANL for permission to appeal against last month's ruling, saying it had no real prospect of success. The judge added, "The Court of Appeal, of course, may take a different view, and the defendant has a right to renew this application to a Court of Appeal judge." Lord Justice Warby also granted the Duchess a final injunction restraining misuse of private information, but he refused to grant an injunction in relation to Meghan's copyright claim, saying it would not be appropriate while parts of that claim are unresolved. In a ruling in February, Mr. Justice Warby granted Meghan summary judgment in relation to her privacy claim, which negated the need for a full trial. He said, the claimant had a reasonable expectation that the contents of the letter would remain private. The Mail articles interfered with that reasonable expectation. He said that the only tenable justification for any such interference was to correct some inaccuracies about the letter, contained in an article in People magazine which featured an interview with 5 friends of Meghan. But Mr. Justice Warby added, the inescapable conclusion is that, save to the very limited extent I have identified, the disclosures made were not a necessary or proportionate means of serving that purpose. For the most part they did not serve that purpose at all. Taken as a whole, the disclosures were manifestly excessive and hence unlawful. Following the outcome at February's hearing, in a statement Meghan thanked husband Prince Harry and her mother Doria Ragland for their support, and said she is grateful to the courts for holding Associated Newspapers and the Mail on Sunday to account for their illegal and dehumanizing practices. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex, who are expecting their second child, are now living in Santa Barbara following their decision to step back from royal duties in March 2020. The latest hearing comes ahead of Harry and Meghan's primetime interview with Oprah Winfrey, which will air on Sunday the 7th of March. CBS released preview clips on Monday which showed Oprah questioning Meghan whether she was silent or silenced, and later asked the Duchess, almost unsurvivable. Sounds like there was a breaking point. The video then cut to Harry, who remarked, "My biggest fear was history repeating itself." Meghan Markle has been awarded $625,000 in legal costs over her privacy and copyright infringement case against Associated Newspapers. A British judge ruled Tuesday that the publisher of the Daily Mail and Mail on Sunday should make the interim payment to the Duchess of Sussex as part of a wider judgment ordering the newspaper group to pay 90% of Meghan's estimated $1.88 million legal expenses. The ruling follows Meghan's successful claim against Associated Newspapers for reproducing parts of a handwritten letter she sent her father, Thomas Markle, in February 2019. Last month Judge Mark Warby ruled that publishing the letter, which was written after Meghan's royal wedding to Prince Harry in May 2018, was manifestly excessive and hence unlawful. It was, in short, a personal and private letter, he added. Speaking in a remote hearing at the High Court in London on Tuesday, Warby stated that the decision to award Meghan the interim payment was made to reflect what I consider the likely costs reasonably incurred. He added that while the calculation was rough and ready, it was about as generous as Meghan could realistically hope to gain and that he considered the sum genuinely recoverable. While Meghan's legal papers show that she had initially hoped for an interim payment of $1.04 million, her attorney, Justin Rushbrook, quickly replied that he had been instructed in pithy terms to accept the ruling. Meghan's other requests for a front-page apology on the Mail on Sunday and Mail Online, and an order forcing associated newspapers to hand over or destroy any copies it has of her father's letter, will be resolved at a later date. Financial remedies concerning Meghan's further claims for misuse of private information and infringement of data protection will also be debated at another hearing in late April or early May, said Warby. It wasn't a complete victory for Meghan. While Warby ruled on the 11th of February that Associated Newspapers had infringed on her copyright in the letter, he left open the question of whether the Duchess of Sussex was the sole owner of the copyright, or might have been a co-author due to alleged involvement by others in the letter's editing. The issue of who owns the copyright to the letter remains open and is scheduled to go to a mini-trial. Despite this, Meghan can rest easy that her 18-month-long case against Associated Newspapers is largely settled. On Tuesday, Warby denied the newspaper group's appeal against his the 11th of February decision, meaning that Associated can now only take the case to the separate Court of Appeal, something Judge Warby advised has no real prospect of success. Thank you for watching. If you like our video, would you please help us like, share and subscribe our channel. Wish you happy to see our videos. Thank you very much.